Howdy. We say howdy in Georgia also. Well, it's a great pleasure for me to be here with the other presidents to carry out this big project. I've just enjoyed seeing what the Points of Light does for the country. I've seen that for many years. I'd like to remind people that Habitat for Humanity is located in Georgia. My wife and I have worked with Habitat now for 36 years, at least 1 week each year. And America is known for volunteer work. In fact, we're ahead of any other nation. Last year, there were 67 million Americans who volunteered to help other people in America. And that came to 8 billion hours of work worth $184 billion. So that's what volunteers did last year. And I hope this year they're going to do a lot more. That's about 1 out of 5 of the total population of America. We want to see what the other 4/5 do. Habitat has agreed to build 6,000 houses in the devastated area. And to do this, all of us Habitat volunteers will raise $100 million. And we've already raised $20 million, so we got a long way to go. This is a wonderful project, and if you want to contribute, obviously, to One America, that's fine. If you want to contribute to Habitat, you can remember this: 1-800-HABITAT, HABITAT. So let's all work together. Let's all work together and make America still a greater volunteer nation. Thank you very much.
When President George H.W. Bush was trying to persuade the Congress to pass one of his noblest endeavors, the Americans with Disabilities Act, he said, "Our problems are great, but the heart of America is greater." That's what we're here to celebrate. We were all citizens, even us, before we were politicians. And after our time was up, we became citizens again. We've been volunteering since before our Constitution, when Benjamin Franklin organized the first volunteer fire department in Philadelphia. Our neighbors, our friends, have gotten an enormous amount of sweat equity from all these volunteers and a lot of money. But make no mistake about it, these were grievous storms back to back. There is still work to be done in Texas and in Florida, and our friends in Puerto Rico and the American Virgin Islands have only begun to dig their way out of what could be still a calamitous disaster, but can be a new beginning if we just do what we ought to do and prove that the heart of America, without regard to race or religion or political party, is greater than our problems. Hi to Texas. Yeah. So, all of us on this stage here tonight could not be prouder of the response of Americans when they see their neighbors and they see their friends, they see strangers in need. Americans step up. And as heartbreaking as the tragedies that took place here in Texas and in Florida, in Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands have been, what we've also seen is the spirit of America at its best. When ordinary people step up and do extraordinary things.
The One America appeal is part of that process, and I want to thank President George W. Bush, and most of all, an outstanding American, somebody who has always shown grace and character and courage and served America nobly throughout the years, President George H.W. Bush. We are so proud to be with him today. He sets an example for all of us, as does First Lady Barbara Bush. And that spirit of voluntarism, that spirit that says we're all in this together, that in dire times ignores all the differences that we had before, that spirit is exemplified by the 5 Points of Light recipients whose stories you just saw on the screen and who are here tonight. So it is my great pleasure to bring these outstanding Americans to the stage so that you can acknowledge the extraordinary work that they have done, and I hope everybody who's watching is inspired by the work that they've done.
In 1989, President George H.W. Bush created the Daily Point of Light Award to celebrate the power of an individual to make a difference in the lives of others. He was the first president in American history to institute a daily presidential recognition program from the White House. The work he began has taken root in America's fabric and has been built upon by every succeeding president. Points of Light proudly stewards this legacy by continuing to honor individuals with daily Point of Light awards, over 6,000 to date. We are grateful to have President Carter, President Bush 41, President Clinton, President Bush 43, and President Obama. Stand with us. Thank you as we recognize and honor the following individual points of light. Zachary Deering, for his volunteer leadership at an evacuation shelter. Leah Halbina, for using her technology skills to be a virtual volunteer for storm survivors in Texas and in her home state of Florida. Murad Ajani, for mobilizing over 2,500 members of the Islamically Muslim communities as volunteers. Kat Creech, for using her professional skills as a wedding planner to organize volunteers to begin rebuilding more than 250 homes, and Derek Auguste for organizing volunteers to prepare for and respond to Hurricane Irma and for coordinating the supply shipments to Puerto Rico and after Hurricane Maria. Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
It is, first of all, I'm thrilled to be able to introduce 39, 42, and 44 to one of the finest universities in the United States. I, too, am here to urge you to give to this fine fund, and I want to thank all the volunteers, but I'm here for another reason. I speak for the folks right here when I say we really admire and love George H.W. Bush.
Points of light recipients, and to our 5 very gracious presidents. One more time, a big hand for them. Do y'all remember when I said